Okay, so we're back in the movie trailer as promised. I just wanted to give a little recap on how the movie collecting day went. So I spent about $30 and I got a lot of movies. So, you know, movie collecting should not be expensive. I mean, we're not collecting 4K discs here. You're not going to find very few 4K discs in the wild, and I mean most people don't even have a 4K player. You might find a few Blu-rays, and if you've got a Blu-ray, I recommend having a DVD/Blu-ray player. They do look good. Blu-rays look good, and they're still relatively cheap if you find them in the wild. You don't find them as many of them as DVDs at all. But if it's a movie you like, I'd pay the $3, probably not much more for the Blu-ray. You know, I would like to keep DVDs around $1, but sometimes they're more. So I did do a nice little haul at the comic book store. These are more selected movies. They're not just like your run-of-the-mill any movies. So I got 6th Day. This one was $5, but it's I mean, if you like Total Recall, this is like the late 90s version of it. Lots of good information in here. I've always wanted this on VHS. I believe I only have the DVD. And Deep Blue Sea, one of my favorite movies of all time. I think I already have this on VHS. It was $3. And now, I guess I have another copy now. I wanted to make sure I have this. This is one of my favorite movies. Sometimes I can't find the original movie I had, so now I've got this one, you know. And the Meg really took its inspiration from this. It's got a real surprise right at the beginning of this movie. I'm not going to ruin that. Excellent film. And then I got Stigmata. I mean, kind of interesting one to have on VHS. Absolutely frightening. You're going to need the Holy Spirit when you watch this. Okay, and then, you know, the Goodwill. And then I went to Goodwill. Those were my 3 stops for the day. The Goodwill, I was not, had any expectations whatsoever. Their movie section is usually pretty limited. But, you know, I went in there and Genesis's Abacab was playing. So when a good song, high vibrational song comes on at the thrift store, pay attention, because you might find something good. It's one of those God winks. And it's like Anytime Soak Up the Sun comes on by Sheryl Crow. I mean, you're living the good life then. Look at this. Actually, the first thing I found, a sealed copy of King of the Hill, the complete first season. Oh, you could look this up on eBay and all that. See if you can make $5 on it, maybe. $1 on it. I don't know. But this is a good one to have, especially if you don't have streaming. Classic show. It's sealed. $4. You can't beat that. Then I found the Rocky movies, 1 through 5 on VHS for $5. It's not bad. That's not bad at all. I've never really watched all the Rocky movies all the way through. This is going to give me some incentive now. You know, sure, it might be on streaming, but I've got this big box set now on VHS. It's going to give me some incentive to maybe actually watch all of these movies and look at some cinematic history. I got GoldenEye on VHS. I might have this one already. I don't know. I don't think I have this one on Laserdisc. It's good to have all the Pierce Brosnan, James Bonds. It was a great time in the 90s to be alive when these were coming out and to, you know, be playing the GoldenEye game on Nintendo 64. So that's a good one to have. High quality filmmaking. I found the Star Wars trilogy novelizations for 75 cents. This is, I think I have this already, but this is a nice paperback copy. these novelizations are not bad, and they're good preliminary reading for all of the Star Wars expanded universe. So that was a good find. I got An American Tail on VHS, the great animator Don Bluth. So I'll be diving into that. Excellent, amazing animation. Mulan, I think I saw this one time on home video when it came out, but I think the colors and animation on this one is pretty good. I don't think I've ever heard of this one. Disney's A Night in Camelot, starring Whoopi Goldberg. Does anyone remember this one? I don't know what's going on here, but Whoopi was just a chill and also a riot in the 90s. I think she's the knight in this movie. Whatever it is, I mean, this is like Sister Act 2 in Camelot. I had to get it. See if you can find that one on streaming anywhere. Finally, I got this movie, Duke. It's like Sir Ralph, but instead of like King Ralph, but instead of John Goodman, you got like a dog. That one was $1. So, I mean, this should only be 50 cents or 25 cents. But it looks amazing. I don't know, it's some royal dog. The dog's, I don't know. There's somebody named Hubert in this movie. We got Duke the dog. I think it might be Hubert the dog that it becomes a Duke. You gotta watch to find out for some of these. I don't know what is going on, but you know, not a bad haul. I also got this thing kind of put behind your back while you're watching films. And so, yeah, different things. I'm almost out of storage in here. I'm not going to go to the crazy level of, like, not putting things in cabinets. I'm not going to have stacks of movies. You might be surprised, but I'm honestly not even a movie buff, really. I collect these movies, but I also collect cassettes, CDs, laser discs, musical instruments, synthesizers. I'm just a collector. But really, you want to be media flexible. So, you know, you see your favorite, how do you get into collecting, you know? And I think these videos on how you get into collecting are really rather silly. Or maybe I just know enough about collecting where it just seems like second nature to me. But you want to be media flexible. So for one, I mean, get a good VHS, maybe DVD combo. Just start with a VHS player or get a VHS DVD combo. Get a good like CRT old TV with the tubes in it, you know, or you could get a VHS DVD combo that has an HD output. So, you know, when you're going to thrift stores, look for those VHS DVD combos and then look on the back, see if there's an HDMI output. If that's the case, some of these things upscale from VHS to HDMI, and you could even put that into a flat screen TV. So how do you become media flexible? You know, you're able to play these different mediums. You want a solid VHS player or DVD. I mainly use VHS DVD combos. You know, this should not break the bank. When you get the VHS player, when you see it at the thrift store, there should be VHS, you know, put it in there, check to see if it works, turns on, fast forwards, all that. Make sure the tray opens up. You know, another thing you should have is like a good boombox CD player by itself or a cassette player by itself. You know, try it first because most of these cassette players do no longer work. So you're going to want to find a cassette and test it out first. Make sure it plays, it's not warbly, it fast forwards, it rewinds, all of that. So being media flexible, there's you know, as everyone's finding out, there's benefits to having the actual physical media. You know, there's an attention benefit that you might be more interested if it's on this older TV, the nostalgia of it. You know, I mean, that right there is just more interesting than watching another thing on Netflix, you know? And there's really nothing good on a lot of these streaming services. By doing the physical act of putting it in, putting in the cassette, listening to it, you're going to enjoy it more. We need to take back our media. And this media should not be, you know, expensive either. Don't spend a lot of money on this stuff. Some of it is the thrill of the hunt. You could search for these things on eBay, but you'd start spending a lot of money, you know. Just hopefully sometimes you will hit a jackpot. So, Rubs the dog would like to say a few words to everyone. And he loves physical media just as much as we all do. So say a few words to the audience, Rubs. He loves his media trailer. He loves music, especially country music. So, everybody, have a good day.